Okay, so first thing I will do to create the shaft, I will create one assembly file, and it will be metric. So I will say standard millimeters metric. So if you haven't done metrics, make sure you go to Tools, Application Options. Well, if you go to Tools, Application Options, you can go to Sketch, select Grid Lines, Coordinate System Indicator. But this time, I'm just going to use something they have here as a default feature. So let's go to Document Settings, Units. Just check, do we have millimeters? And now I will just make one shaft with the design generator option. So here I go to shaft and I'm going to use, I will name this with homework 5 and I'll put my name so I know it's my file. And once I create it, I will have 4 parts of this. So first one will be the cylinder. So I will say my cylinder, main cylinder will be 10 millimeters. So type here 10 millimeters and 20 millimeters for the section length. So it's the one that we have on the left. Then say OK. For the second one here, we will type diameter will be 12.4 millimeters and the section length will be 40 millimeters. Then for the third one, the cone will be built from one diameter of 12.4 millimeters, and it will go up to diameter of 18.2 millimeters. And then I will finish with another section length of 10. And then the last cylinder that I have here will be 18.2 millimeters and it will be long 2 millimeters. So in this way, I'm defining 4 different parts of this shaft, and like I can just say, this is something I can do. And then if you can also have here different things. If you're designing shafts, you can here have bend, shear moments, deflection, bending stress, whatever you need for strength of materials. And you can also use calculation if you need radial force, loads, or if you need to figure out what's your you know, what kind of bearing you will put, how will you design a shaft. You can use this tool. That's a very popular tool in mechanical design. So now I'm saying okay, because this is actually assembly and this is my part that I'm inserting. And you can go to view, visual style. Maybe you can do shaded with edges so you see what kind of edges we have. So you see, I actually got real shaft that I can use. And that's it. That's all about it. So I will save this as a part and I will export this in PDF. And you can name this 3D view. Say 3D view part. 3D view part. 3D view. And now it's time for me to create a 2D drawing. So I will say metric. I will say NC millimeters. And I will change my sheet size to B, just so I have better fit. And I'll go to my ANSI large, and I will here fill out necessary information like shaft. I will do company name. And creation date. And you can put your name and the part number. Okay, finish. And we will have only one view for this shaft, and I can put scale 3 here. And I will dimension. So for this, I will need to add in the sketch, in annotate, I will say I want to have let's say I put this kind of, this is called center line bisector, and I can just extend this to go over everything I have. And you see, I didn't put chamfers. So here I do have chamfer, but on the right one, I didn't put it. So I can go to the part and I can add a chamfer here. Chamfer for that one. And once I update this, you know, I can also update that information in my PDF. I can use the same file name. And then here I will see this chamfer after I did update it. So you see, it's not quite the same here. I have this, it's more like how it will be machined. And then I can go to view and I can say I want to have a raster view so I can see how it really looks like. And then it's time for me to add these dimensions that you have. So we have 3 dimensions. One of them is dimension 10. Second one is dimension of 12.4. And the third one is this one over here. Okay, and then here they want you to have only 2 for the tolerance primary units. So I'm putting that, and I'm having here symmetric, and it's going 0.3. This one here in the middle, it's also, they want to show 2.4, so I only need 1 digit. And I have symmetric, and that one is 0.2. And for the one on the right, there I have 18.2, so I'm going to use this one. And for symmetric, 0.2. There you go. And then I will add my other things. So here they have 1 datum. Here they said B. They do not have A. So I'll change that. And then they want to add these features. So one is related to this drawing, this dimension. So it's going to be 0.08, and I'll add M. One is related to this one. I'll put, oh, no, there's no, I don't need this one here. And then there's 2 here, straightness tolerance. So this straightness tolerance is 0.3. And there's one more here, which is 0.5. And its straightness tolerance of 0.5, 0.5. And there's one here. So I'm adding my straightness tolerance here, 0.5. And there will be one other here, minus, and 0.05. And that's about it. I added all the straightness tolerance that you had on your drawing. And if you want to change the size of, for example, the letters are not big enough, you can go to here to manage, style editor. And you can say here in text, you can put maybe here text and no text. Maybe we can put 5 millimeters. So our dimensions are going to be a little bit bigger. Or you can go to the style editor and see how you can change labels, 5 millimeters or other text on dimensions. So you see, I'll go back, I'll just leave it the way it was. But just in case you want to change if they're too tiny. And then if you want to add all these dimensions that are showing how big are these things. So I will leave something unfinished, but I can show you how you can easily, look, I'm just selecting this, I'm using baseline. And if I do right click, I'm getting all of these at the same time. So you see this one is kind of here crossing, so maybe it would be better if we move this one, the specific one, or I can move this one down so they're not overlapping. And then just add a little bit for chamfers, and I think you're good to go. So here I can dimension the chamfer. So for the chamfer, first I have to select where's the chamfer. And you see, you can see if anything missing is missing, and then that will be it. So save this as a 2D engineering drawing, and that will be your, so please upload the part, the drawing, and also this export PDF once you create it. Thank you for watching. I think this helps you to do homework.